Mr. J, baby. Samantha Lee. Oh! She used to be the sweetest girl in my class. I know you're green to say grass. Old school jazz, na minha no so crash. But I love you, none can't dance so Charlie, I'm no rash. Saturday classes, none into me shadow, via me mommy perfume, gumi, who so see, I'm now a yada. A port, let me bike it to me, kill so kada. San Jimmy money, serious, so color. We became close friends and the feeling grew stronger. I share me much, I couldn't keep it any longer. You see, it was so toi. Yana my boots, my yard, ready, busy, me pepper, their borders. So I pray to God that I pass this test. Young girl, I need to flat me soon, we need me chest. She born about class, crying, I'm a person, me Germano. Last 50 pesos was fine, you good, I'm a Tamano. A man, yes, and then I would do with tattoo one slow. One day, but that's a little bit than you slow. You can't tell them now, I said I could slow. Woke up, just see the what you Samantha Lee, my girl, what they're forsaking me. Samantha Lee, my girl, what they're forsaking me. Yeah. See how time flies. And Jenny VJs as we had to say bye. Make a boys cool, a so-called Motown mix. And all I got right now is epics. The band crony be my queen, my buffy be home and miss a son and sa. Trying to hug a cast sweetie mama kiss. My name se betcha, but it wouldn't be forever. Forever, any 2 weeks, Nick show me first letter. Or so I fit all the times we used to be together. I'm always on their mind. What come I say my train is cool, mother. Although way near strong chest, tone lager. Me no pay for real, and there was no other. And from an in it, oh, you got to come to. Dada, chillin' to say Ricky Rose, I was a biggie boy lover. And man, you see me about me, then he gave me pillow. Oh, mommy, inch, send me my 5 kilos. Jay, then you call mommy, pick him round me, by me, draw how this love story tends sorrow. And man, yes, and then I would do with tattoo one slow. One day, but that's a little bit you slow. You can't tell them now, I said I could slow. Woke up, just see the what you after SSS, Nick, I call tech, or call me train and say, how boys had dreams on your legs. I sing me to my dream and I come with your manifest. Send me the music at on so I can name a losing bets. First semester ending porn, I met him say I grab you when your boy be telling car fronts. They be a normal club from Cafe Maserati to Vienna Fox, normal traffic. Well, no fun touching the face champagne over poppy. I see me someone when you see me to sell a creatin dean and I know things for Vuzela. When you're the full for and there's almost a kill and see me in the day, the old stories. When I try, can't sleep. Okay, I just wonder if I go feel love again. Cause my face love brought nothing but pain, Charlie. And then my body of my granny papa. Me who said my pna, Abigail, and I said Jane. Samantha Lee, my girl, what up forsaking me. A man, yes, and then I would do with tattoo one slow. One day, but that's a little bit you slow. You can't tell them now, I said I could slow. Woke up, just see the
That's interesting.
Another one for the Malalan. Dragon. No. You might be a Yamiama. You might be a Yamiama. You might be a Yamiama. Life now fair. Haba. You might say you go buy me Bugatti. You go buy me Ferrari. You go buy me System Pro, brother. Oh, not lie. What's here? Love now scam. If you don't know, go ask your mother. Love now scam, yeah. If you don't know, you go know. Love now scam. If you don't know, go ask your father. Love now scam, yeah. If you don't know, you go know. that way, baby, lie to me. He said only me go day. He said only me go stay on a scam. I love no be 3 for 2. Baby say no be April Fool. Baby say you go show body on a scam. Me daddy me woo. Me daddy me woo. Me daddy me woo. Oda hewa di me woo. Me daddy me woo. Oda hewa di me woo. Love na scam. Love na scam. If you don't know, go ask your mother. Love na scam, yeah. Love na scam. If you don't know, go ask them, yeah. If you don't know, you go know. System pro brother, all na lie. What's here? Love na scam. If you don't know, go ask your mother. Love na scam, yeah. If you don't know, you go know. Love na scam. If you don't know, go ask your father. Love na scam, yeah. If you don't know, you go know. See the way, baby, lie to me. He said only me go day. He said oh, I love no be 3 for 2. Baby say no be April Fool. Baby say you go show body on a scam. Me daddy me woo. Me daddy me woo. Me daddy me woo, oda hewa di me woo. Me daddy me woo, oda hewa di me woo. Love na scam. Love na scam. If you don't know, go ask your mother. Love na scam, yeah. If you don't know, you go know. Love na scam. If you don't know, go ask your father. Love na scam, yeah. If you don't know, you go know.
Oh yeah, into some yeah.
Gloria, this you too.
So
be the Johnny B.
You got in my area, oh yeah, get to some yeah. Now I got to say, Shamanim, Mammy, when you mean I was our boy, you know, when I'm bad, my little man, I'm out of Messiah, Medachi, Miriam, me in a last website. Get to a day, Shana, Mama, can you not? Yes, so be that's in my head, I'm gone, get in some I'm I hope you match something. But some yes, Matty Baba Dama, it to be out of the Mara. If I want them being shown, not the Papa New and Great Grandma Tamara, dear Papa bringing I. Benjamin, into the outside, that was a good
love you more. Oh yeah now. Oh yeah now. Oh yeah. Makes me love you more. Nima kitwanu ne mami do. Ode nima kitwanu ne mami pewu. It's the little things that you do makes me love you more. Neman kitwanu ne mami do. Yeah now. Oh yeah now. Say oh yeah now. Oh yeah. When you forget yourself and you pick your nose, get drunk, fall asleep in your clothes, makes me love you more. When you do something really gross, like the way you fire when I'm really close. It's the little things that you do that makes me love you more. Nima kitwanu ne mami do. Ore nima kitwanu ne mami pewu. It's the little things that you do makes me love you more. Yeah, man, it's why no ne mommy do. Love shouldn't be so complicated. Ore, you're the best man I ever.
Oh, the pioneer. Oh, the pioneer. Honey Makuma. Honey Makuma.
Okay, busia for you mo adwo mo akwaba. Me pacho obi nim bebia. Gloria Charlie. Gloria obini baby owo on tie and warning. On for warning we nkoma no. On can chance say on jam my life mommy. She should leave my life alone.
Yeah, you don't know. Siri mommy travel photo.
Yeah, Vivi Akwaba.
Don't know Siri mommy travel photo. You be my son.
On and down. Now okay, catch him for me must scam you. How did I scam you? Say yeah, come, you know when is coming why?
My body.
We are me our power and you real have be who you are. Gloria, what's up na making?
Baby say I do. Baby say I do. Oh my baby say I do.
Now what do you mean my demon can wash it? Remember both do social media and what they say. And my mom could say fans be our ever beautiful akosia yen fa nye hwe nya no na ye di yen fa nye hwe wa
Baby say I do. Oh my baby say I do.
Yeah, Mama Gloria, no one said there.
yes
Huh?
this
Yeah.
one we on the nam no ka tell ko for da be scam how
Yeah, would die. Yeah, I mean,
in fact let me play this song for Gloria. Where is the song? This is for Gloria.
Huh. Another one for the motherland. Dragon. If you don't know, you go know. Mambia Yimiama.
Gloria dear Yimiama.
Yimiama. Life now fake.
Gloria now fake.
You must say you go buy me Bugatti.
Gloria say go buy me
this. You go buy me Ferrari. You go buy me System Pro, brother.
Oh, nice.
What's here? Love now scam.
Aji.
If you don't know, go ask your mother. Love now scam. Yeah. If you don't know, you go know. Love now scam. If you don't know, go ask your father.
Hey. But you can't talk Gloria now scam.
If you don't know, you go know. See the way baby lied to me. He said only me go there. He said only me go stay on a scam. I love no be 3 for 2. Baby say no be April Fool. Baby say you go show body on a scam. Me daddy me woo. Me daddy me woo. Me daddy me woo. I don't hear what me woo. Me daddy me woo. I don't hear what me woo. Love na scam. Love now scam. If you don't know, go ask your mother. Love now scam, yeah. If you don't know, you go know. Love now scam. If you don't know, go ask your father. Love now scam, yeah. If you don't know, you go know.
Yes. Maka. Gloria na scam. Scam me. No, you're no. Obeka has a be scamming. Obwa. We have make cut the whole story. Mobiati. I'll put everything out so that everybody will know what you did to me. Anyway, Mema, shut up. Quick one. Anita Walanyo, Emwakwaba, Gloria. Gloria Charlie, Emwakwaba. Kukua. Hey, just so you know, Gloria, there's a new sheriff in town. Now, Kukua, Emwakwaba. Ya Vivi in the house. Ya Vivi Emwakwaba. Abdul Karim, Emwakwaba. Kusia Teho. Missy, Chen. Eba munyina Akwaba. Who's your love? Who are you talking about? Who's the love that she's talking about? Don't come and lie to anybody here. I'm telling you right now. Nah, in fact, and the topic here me the topic topic and they de bano de papa na me your love ubwa ya bibi menfino ni obecho bia menfino o person confuse you enfino Obwa. Adia Gloria di me afom. Parkwesi Psalmist. Parkwesi. Hey. Why do I always call him Parkwesi? Kwesi Mills. Psalmist Kwesi Mills. It sounds nicer to say Parkwesi. I don't know. I hope they're all Parkwesi. Anyway, Nedi kan yebema obia akwaba. Ekuya Blackijan.
Yes.
But when you makakra mami. Say
Everybody.
nkofo text me say na ekuya ni mo hin.
I'm very okay.
Work on it na money mbra na ya mo akwaba.
Yeah.
Na so far how are things going? Na singers for na Endra obi frame me na sam ni say onyanka obeba o na obia nim so ye single na mmom no technically your code definition of single the end or single na mmom obi a odihwe na ade nkakaka nti so oba na obeka se oye single a the problem bebre no and I'm see and the issues are nya no na fire by anu no maybe so obi a we nkakaka still a obetumi aba show no so bia na
Say it depends on mommy and what terms I'm over. You're just friends with benefits. They are saying you have to find your own. I mean, say each individuals in this one too.
Okay. And the sumwa because the concern they say the concern
now dating is that there's a person who they're dating.
very good question men bisapo.
Oh, okay.
Men bisa so wakansem for nipa nim hwe on the onim say ja ex gracia na munya de hwehwe so make a good point but anyway what promises say next week the obeba I say whatever ebipo a ebema nipa kro no because also who say nipa no okọ so oba so oyeden o eti no wa no a confused osuro say oba ade so a na Africa kan so nya small so akobo no
So wouldn't come up.
I know necessary your problem now when you be interested ono beba na nipa kro no so beba
Yes, I get
I'm looking forward to some drama bisa very nice but so yeah I promise me say next week over back come with me over so we'll see nah
I said one is over to me anyway. You'll be very okay with one side of.
oh yeah so and also okay and nkomo no me gidi say next week by this time there na because and then na nipa yenya no we're trying to have more than just 2 people and so we decided to hold on and have everybody in next week and then we'll also try and see if we'll get some updates from the previous one so next week the Nyamia Adoma is going to be variety of single men and women association almost fighting for love na nkofo bi o ho a me ma target o mo basukwa me ameji o mo efiso because you can't come and confuse the general public here. Okay, Ako.
Yes, sir.
Now also side there.
Oh, cool.
Na Valentine is in it then.
Oh, me da wa mo.
I don't have one charge you already. Okay.
Yeah. Da wa mo.
For how month? How 1 month? Yeah.
Che. O man tin ya February ya. Che bed sorry.
Hmm.
Sorry. Yes.
Hey, haba.
Yes, I ordered
You must
that.
say you go buy me Bugatti. You go
Sorry.
Now you know what I would do share so baby and I
What
say
I say?
I would share as well baby and I tell me
That's me, baby. Yeah, jara yanya one this month. Yeah,
scam me. If
the
you
whole
don't know,
world.
you go know.
25 year very.
it's every month you be able to was in the birthday and I don't know
Thank
better.
you.
Love
Next
not
month,
scam
someone will be
me.
one
If you don't know, you go know.
more.
See the way baby lied to me. He said, "Oh, leave me go."
Before you obi holding the birthday March or may who and I could see this year dear. Just a window birthday. Just a one.
I feel that to be worse, Wama.
Yeah.
Watch. So,
Community
what we
service.
do out there be your word celebrated. Who do out there?
No problem.
No.
Okay. Honorable Dr. Ernest another Eric Koda. First comment. Eric Koda. Mususia Mwakwaba. Nah. Okay.
Love not scam. If you don't know, go ask your father.
And the topic is crazy. Now I am pretty sure say by the time we finish talking about this, we will figure out some of the mistakes that we make. And some of the avoidable mistakes that we keep making in relationships. You see, I saw a quote somewhere. I say, you are better being single and happy than being in a miserable relationship. You are better off being single and happy than being in a miserable relationship. Relationship, the crack said relationship ended by force. Ended, but ended by force. Now, the woman says sometimes you will see some things right from the beginning and you will ignore them in hopes that it will work itself out. Majority of the time, it doesn't. In the long run, it doesn't. In the short run, yeah, maybe the excitement, the butterflies, and the kicking romi, makes you think that, oh, okay, maybe we can work this out. There's some of them are workable, some of them are very fluid. You can mold them, but there are certain things that you cannot do anything about it. So if you find these flags right from the jump and you are okay with them, then we are good. But if you are not okay with them, don't think that anywhere down the line, ebefa, ever, and you'll be frustrated. And that is the reason why most relationships are failing in the long run. Now, maybe I did me showing you na ayiro. Assemble crying. So we are going to go through some of these red flags, but in the meantime, let's introduce the topic. Yakasa red flags are what are red flags are what are they in terms of relationship, not in terms of a juma or anything. In terms of relationship, Yakasa red flags are what in your opinion is a red flag?
Certain behaviors and it might be about the person that you know. Well, ultimately, I deal with me, so I deal with the
Okay, so does
It
it
could.
only
Uh-huh.
is
Go
it
ahead.
only about the person, or it could be about surroundings, it could be environmental, it could be
It's a variety of things. I mean, the environment, the whatever, it's all makes the person. It's all I say. With the place where the person grew up, the person the people they hang around, the things they do, and all of those things.
okay. Ako, what say if you hear red flags, what comes to your mind?
I think on healthy behaviors, like yeah, unhealthy behavior. Adibia, over over a question. Anything that mentally could just mess you up. For me, that's what I see. On my relationship and on here, on my wing one G. For me, that's what I would call red flags. So whatever it is, it's unhealthy. Uh,
So red flags, are they general or they are people specific? For
hmm.
instance, will all your red flags be the same as Equia's red flags?
I think it depends because if you're abusive physically and not verbally, I think no, I don't think it'll be happy. But you know, be see be happy. It would depend on the kind of red flag it is. That's how I can explain it. I don't know about why it better, but some are also unique. It BBR if you are I mean or a red flag, mom, might not be a red flag for someone, right? Also, I'm trying to think of BBR Mutumaka, but it's not come to my head yet. I mean the being in an annual yo, it's a serious red flag for me. Like it's a no. Who did you tell me? Yeah, sorry. Mhm.
Hmm. Okay, Equia, same question. Do we have a general red flag, or the red flags are people specific? Like,
Send will be different. People are born different in their own ways. It can never be the same with Ubia.
you you don't think said there are certain red flags a cutting across Ubia?
I mean, not really, not really. A back across a be relatives in the say if you are from a family of boys or all girls, not you live in where growing up, you saw. Let me just give an example. Madam for be date you be na onipakono. Growing up, he saw his dad abusing ne mame.
Mhm.
And to him, it's an okay thing. Every and any woman be obey DTBI, you should be able to take that from him because there was nothing wrong with ne mame being abused by ne papa, it's an okay thing. So somebody like that in a household where they are full of men and I say women in there, no, they pick up that trait, the abusive ways into to that lineage, you know. Yes, they can all have that similarity, you know, but you can go to a different household and they can also have a different ways altogether. It I think say is a household base. It can never be I mean, randomly, yes, but it's not. No, generally no.
Okay, so I'm looking at it from first said the other way around. You are the one that is determining what is a red flag for you, not the person's background.
Mhm.
One that will determine
Oh yeah, I mean,
what is the red
I
flag
mean,
for you.
what I would determine as a red flag again, it's my background, what I'm used to, what I've experienced, and you know what my view or perception is all about when it comes to relationship. So what I say, maybe why I didn't grow up seeing it, so I'm not expecting to see it. Okay, my father never raised a hand on anybody. My brothers have never done it. So if I see a man doing it, that's a red flag right there for me. My brothers have never verbally abused me or abused their wives or any of our siblings. So if any man is doing it, for me, that's a red flag. My brothers treat me and uni how my brother K how he treats me. So if I'm with a man and they don't treat me like that, for me that's a red flag because that's what I'm used to.
Okay, so based on that, my question is: do you think that there's a female on planet Earth abuse, or you're okay with abuse of any form?
Some people are, yeah. Because
Like,
they themselves and they are from dysfunction. So they see dysfunction as normal. And yeah, red flag ma wo. Or baby wo hɔ a ɔne bɛrima hɔ na bɛrima na ambu na ne ho ntɔ no. Ɔno so ne deɛ no no. Because she grew up in chaos. So chaotic niyama is what probably turns them on. They enjoy it or whatever it is. That's them. So
okay,
I say that is they enjoy it, and some women do enjoy. And then you be and maybe auntie na mommy be also a so cool say then say be mad go for be or so buno. Probably that's what she's used to. Me, on the other hand, I'm not used to that. We if you try that with me, trust me. Yeah, babe ufunu.
okay. So I think that's an interesting angle that you are coming from. I'm going to mention different red flags, and then we'll see if it cuts across everybody, or there are some people who are okay with that kind of red flag. Ako, I'm going to start with you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm starting the red
Multitasking.
flags with you.
Yeah.
A controlling and manipulating person. A controlling and manipulative person. Now, this is what these people try to do.
Hmm.
They first of all try to isolate you from your friends, your loved ones, your relatives. Because for as long as you are close to them, they will not be able to control you the way they want to control you.
Hmm.
Because your brother will tell you, hey, no. My mom did them because there's something fine, Joe. Your sister will tell you, stay away from him. My mom here rough from fine, Joe.
Hmm.
Your mother will, if there's something that you are going through, your mother will tell you, don't take that from anybody.
Hmm.
Your friends will advise you if you are like being overlooked for too long and you are taking it on yourselves. They would advise you. So they try to isolate you from these people, and then they keep scores in relationships, right? They also say you did the other time. If you're telling me I did this, about you two, you did that the other time. You're telling me I didn't do it, you two did it, you didn't do this the other time. They keep scores in relationships. They have excessive mood swings. Extremely high, extremely low. Like
Now say no dey no a mental health, a mental. And no dey saying so the panacea that
I
go
mean,
through
there's
some mental breakdown. That's all.
people saw nature, not necessarily a mental, but they can be extremely. One moment they are all lovey-dovey, the next moment, don't talk to me. Just stay away from me. And then
Oh,
they
okay.
they, they kind of pressure you into doing things, you know, things maybe you are not even interested in doing. It could be sexually, it could be financially, it could be emotion, it could be anything. They kind of pressure
Mhm.
you into doing stuff. So um would you consider this type of a red flag? This, I believe, it's a red flag. Would this be a
It's part of the red
universal
flags.
red flag, or you
Mhm.
think it could be specific red flag,
I think
person
it.
specific?
I think though a universal, but again, depending on people's background, because like what AJ said, oh, you're not some, you're big development, or you're normal, because they're used to that kind of environment or behavior. So I mean, overall, it's not. But if you're asking me personally, though, a red flag, mama, yes, it's universal. Not earlier, name than America, that certain behaviors are or a red flag. I mean, or if out of ignorance you don't know, then now you know. There, or yeah, and you'll be a whole no, yeah, it's not right. It's not with time. It's going to escalate. Like it's going to get worse. Because is if but over abuse or but step up in the game in that kind of behavior, and it's gonna cause a whole bunch. See, yes, it is a red flag. Manipulative. You tell me not to talk to anybody. You have things to say about the people I'm close to, like be peer by ABR, so I don't have relationship with people. That's what you do. That's you got issues.
Okay, Ekuya,
It's
same
scary.
to you. Is that controlling and manipulative behavior? Do you consider that as a universal red flag or person specific?
Individual specific.
So you think that people who like to be isolated from their family, people who like to be controlled and manipulated,
Mm-hmm.
people who enjoy dealing with someone with mood swings, and that or say okay, or say I'm in the best, or yeah, I'm like.
I don't think say necessarily mood swing is a red flag. You understand? I mean, when it's a severe one, yeah. There are days and times where we are all human. We don't want to be bothered with anything.
Mhm.
And then I make a Ruby. It's like, when you're with somebody and you're like, I love you, but I don't want to see you. Or I love you, but I don't want you around right now. It does not mean say you don't love the person. It's the same with mood swing is not necessarily a red flag. Because you can be there and be like, you know what, today I don't want to be bothered. Maybe a to be a red flag a man. But to somebody, it's normal. It's you see, it becomes a red flag when you don't take your time to get to know the person that you're with, especially when it comes to mood swings. If you don't get or if you don't take your time to get to know the person, so okay, nipa minute, you do baby utimi ko off kakra and then they snap out of it and they come back. wahu onipa ne su nti wobɛhu ne ye. And once wohu onipa ko ne su na wohu ne ye a, that is not a red flag. That is adjusting. Like wafa onipa no said your TV.
So how do you deal with obia one nesre anopa, everything is fine, and all of a sudden area we running him no nam ho ubisa ne hwea, and then as a human being with also with emotions, you know, you are expected to accept the fact that nipa no nisu nti memfa ne saa.
Okay, say yewo nkrofo bi wo hɔ a their mood swings don't last more than 15 minutes. Then they snap out of it. It could be say abia or pay attention and I say bia ope bibi na onya ehɔ na switching the mood, but it doesn't last for long.
What about more dear last 4 days?
And on the end on and make us on the end no a problem. So I say that is when woo nipa no na let me use myself for instance. Me say where who me ya who me tena. Where who me ya who me tena. Me hu nya homete. But me so bitimi ya homete. Enti no say unyo obi a wa botere wa akoma. You can't deal with somebody like me.
Now, okay, can you deal with somebody like you?
If I get to know me, if I get to know somebody like, of course, why not? Because one mama baby my baby tiwase. My baby tiwase say, okay, saying ena wotie. One mama tiwase say, oh, ebia, ade we say ewo me ho. Edu baby a, I don't want to be bothered with Obia. I just want to be by myself. And I say, Bia, just a little attention will make me snap out of it. Into the fact that I get to know who that person is, no, I should be able to deal with Onipako. That is what we call love and acceptance. I have to know that about you and accept you and work with you.
This is interesting. Ako, can you deal with someone like you?
Sometimes no.
Explain.
Sometimes no, because I can agree with them when things are not done for me the way I want them done. Like I feel like, oh, you could have just relaxed a little bit. But like also me an upfront person, right? So let's say any BB, tell me ahead of time. You can do something, tell me. And try my me maybe out or the other. The end of the rules as I hear you, but yeah, depending, and I'm principled, okay, like in my own way, very particular about things. I pay attention to words too. Very like or a bad. I know it's bad. So I think I come off a bit difficult sometimes because I pay attention too much. And see, maybe I will be to pay attention too much. Maybe we'll struggle a little bit. But I can because I love too deep, and if you love deep, we can. But then again, I think I've come to understand that the love too deep too sometimes feels like you're suffocating a person, right? And it's like you're not giving space and you're not communicating properly. It's like adding like so. I I can deal with somebody like me, knowing me. So if I have to divide my body, I could probably date someone. There'll be a few challenges, but I can date myself.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want everybody here listening today to think about this question. Will
Should
you
you
be able
date
to date
yourself?
you?
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
see, Papa Unim,
I can.
that way
Go ahead.
we say this is where or that's where communication comes in this. Say if I'm able to communicate my feelings to you or my person to you,
Mm-hmm.
and if you have genuine intentions, you should be able to accommodate me and I should be able to accommodate you. Because ye na ye nye perfect. Enti na se mo ko ware ka se we be fini na ne na eje fi. We so be fini na ne no be ka ho abeye ho number ko. The two shall become one. Because obia the different attitude and different way neighbor. Obia attitude obia differently. So for me, again, I'm coming back to myself. And they be me say who say me huye wa hipa but to me nka mitimu ya me de pa. Me a last born intino. You can't take that away from me. Mitimu ya me de. And some for my hey. So if unye obi unye bema what the wisdom and the ability to understand a woman and want to be with them genuinely, you can't be with me. So because ebedu ube kase me too much and I'm a chere and I'm timi then I'm say, but that is who I am. It's me ma first and say master. Me tiri ye me do. And na enye boapa yo me tiri mu de me de afi me nkwala bere mu na me de me de ni. But I know nkyere say it stops me from doing the things that I'm supposed to do as a woman. But me tiri mu ye me de. You have to be accommodating. Okay? And yes, I will be able to date me, but I have to understand me to be able to date me. That's what it is. You have to be able to understand the person that you're with to be able to date them.
Okay. Again, I'm giving everybody an assignment tonight. Wa dana jana dream who say who they tell one ka obetimi understand wa. Just think about it.
Oh
Now,
yeah. Why not?
Now,
oh,
what I would do to work, I bet me understand.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I just read, when I was preparing for
It
the
also try to honor
for
Pamela.
everybody. Everybody should go think about it for
Oh, okay.
themselves. You don't need to come and tell us. Just think
Okay,
about
okay.
it for yourself. Yeah, one can say in your own, solitude. Think about it yourself. That
Mm-hmm.
if you are dating someone like you are, would you be pleased? Would you be happy that
Yeah.
what nowadays nipa no yede ye wa ubetumi a handle the prepare
Yay.
nti obi andwe ho where enye where self assessment.
Self introspection, yeah.
Yes, self introspection.
Okay.
Missy yamo akwaba ebusuafo say afei na wa join here
Thank
and then
you.
we are talking about red flags that we ignore in relationships. Now,
Let me ask you a question.
mhm.
Miss Uma Miss Aquaberia. I'm at what to know no probate me answer me.
Okay, Missy, now, saying my neighbor here.
I'm no baby.
No, baby.
So what kind of obey a singles night before the show, time beating me kaka.
No problem, no problem. Better late than never. Ti akwaba. Okay, if you have more question, inquire.
Okay, so would you consider this as a red flag? Say, uni ubi oho and more each time more maybe I'm moving command and I say baby or say me throw back, me throw back. Not once, not twice, like continuously. Would you consider that as a red flag?
Yes.
Why?
And will and will and will you continue to be with a person like that?
No,
Okay. Okay.
because
Mm-hmm.
the reason is if the person can make it up to you in the period of you guys dating and as getting to know each other, then I think say at some point in your relationship there's going to be lack of communication somewhere. And relationship and so number one key timidina so many successful communication, effective
Right.
one. Until you get back to me now one Fred, one taxi, one you not a continue. I think say I will feel say sana would say
Only priority, right?
Anna
You
sana
didn't
would say
prioritize it.
Anna. I also feel say so be dopa. They even take time out of their busy schedules to make it up to you. Until we have 24 hours in a day. Until me in fact 1 minute cry and get it back to me. That means I'm not that important to you and I have to move on.
But would it be you only pakone dia no nipa ko di kumos ne tikwa pai?
Or to say we retaliate here.
Ebia
No,
Some
never
Crawford,
say
some
oh, no,
Crawford,
no,
their characters are almost a red flag. Serious.
say
Because
say
idea would be me. And no, me no, but who Mimi did you are who person not just all person manipulating me. You we a
exactly.
red flag, serious one.
what
Exactly.
Manipulating.
yeah,
It's
funny
very
said
serious red flag.
group would be just one time. You ignore them. And when you put and you say it was on purpose, so bia bibia be boom
Any
bia
cry.
funny say bia me ya in the middle of something bia what friend me oh Charlie ma me friend back. Na mentimi amfrɛ back. Meanwhile bia ya ade a wode ye me na that group e bi bi ye wa.
For some reason, some lifestyle, they might think say, even if
Normal.
even if there's a situation, say be a crowd and genuine say you were busy and I say emergency bibina one gets back, and they'll feel
Think
say
say
because my yes, our complaining to you trying to retaliate, like kind of, but which to me, Nadia, Obia on to me and only effective communication and me throw back me throw 1 2 3 3 no cry just say master.
Any madam for be on any boyfriend matna 2 years. Because I said na boy ni
Na there be on that na saying omuti and I say be a distance relationship and
distance relationship.
and I say obi wo honoma
but how
obi
do you
wo
how do you
honoma
even take such a
obetumi
person serious? Tell boy.
oh obi wo ho obetumi dia obi wo ho on to me what I say obetumi dia fine red flag ne wo ho o say make it na me dia call a 100 meters fako sister obi wo ho so ntimi obegya to ho no be fofra ba befa it's so to me dia it's your choice. I think say most of the time we ignore them but some people make choices too. Obi wo feel say red flag we meet me ekukru obetimi ekukru you can take it and run with it untimi so agye no be from befa.
But
It's just simple as that.
isn't it annoying when even me cry me man now for me no would nkomo na aka say be me from back now and frame me back and the next day you call and act as if say everything is okay. Example obi bi or baby
Oh, what's that?
obi bi mo hwe ha o obi bi minim so obi bi e na yini so di bia e moda wahu and the next day it's like a normal.
AJ, who says say nipa no friend says say nipa no ebia
Akusua ho asɛm na wo kan
at
ana.
least so to me
Patrol.
prove it say this is the reason why until I went to
Mia,
get back
why?
at the end
Mia.
of the day
Say na
say
asundua befiana. Mia.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure say wo asɛm.
Yeah, busy Mia, why? Mia. Okay.
also sometimes to know see familiarity you can say
And our
Familiarity.
familiarity and our
Missy, that word you're using right there, that is where I know the person does not have boundaries. And boundaries, lack of boundaries, or people not respecting boundaries in a relationship, it's also a red flag. Like,
Okay, so remember before
what the menu be so why you so used to menu say mami. That is a red flag. And this any baby are getting comfortable to the extent of bad disrespect you'll be no matter the
And it is
length
true.
of
Some people
years they've
don't
known
see
each
it as
other.
disrespect. They see it
That's
say
very
normal
disrespectful.
because I'm with you and
No,
I've said and
no,
I said yeah, I'm in a situation, you know my
no.
situation, so
This
know
is something I try
it's
to draw people's attention to, and they
no
think
big
Akosia
deal.
is too much. Know your
No,
boundaries.
this is
It
not
doesn't
being
matter what.
this has nothing. This
Know
not has
your
I
nothing to
would
do
boundaries,
with
say,
okay?
I
being
would
too
say,
much.
I
It's
would
all
say,
up. No, it's not about being. This has nothing to do with being too much or
why?
anything like that. It's about
Mhm.
idea yɛde yɛ wa ɛnyɛ wo dɛ no ɛmfa nyɛ obi. Idea yɛde yɛ wa ɛnyɛ wo dɛ no ɛmfa nyɛ obi.
Minimo bi ɔse ɔno wotimi hyɛ da ɔya ɛnyɛ sɛ ɔhyɛ da ɔkyɛ sɛ ɔyɛ adeɛ koraa no ɔno onim sɛ wayɛ bɔne no na wapɛto ne wo wayɛ aka. So we very,
That's a
very,
narcissistic person.
yes, it's bad.
also so
Now,
you have some
what's
na
more be now?
na say
What's more be now? We bet can story actually now. We bet bro once you have from. No, I hear the one pet to no why yaka. Na I say na wo mum wa looky nipa bone for na say panic oh I say wo krokro no na say
see I
bro
also
once man.
eja ka wasem so ka ne dia
Minimobia, all the years that I knew him, all the years.
Gloria
I mean, no. All the years I mean him, no. Never a day did he ever say sorry. Never. Never once did he ever say sorry to me or admit to say my hurtful feelings. Not even in the past or in the present. Not even one.
No, I said it no that's why try my time at them. No,
Yeah,
I said that no,
so
I fine.
everything
Let's
should be
move on.
normal.
Like
Everything be
forget it.
back
Don't
to
feel like baby.
normal. Forget
We are
about
too
it.
much.
why do
Feelings.
I have a feeling that I could say
What is what? What is what? Yeah, the company church and propose so I want it to be as
why do I
yeah,
have a feeling?
that's what.
I have a feeling.
Hey,
before we
sorry. I'm sorry.
before we come into the sorry, I want to go back to Ekuya question.
Go back. Communication.
I want to go back to a question that Ekuya asked, and I want to ask Ekuya. And I
Bisa Pacho, feel free.
okay, why you be beast?
Then
Have you done that to someone before? Obi, I hit you up a wakacha and say, Obi hit you back, and you never did. Why you be that?
Of course.
oh yeah, of course. But I texted the individual, so Charlie BB saying, I'll call you back. And I see be in casa the next day, and I BB. Yeah.
When? So you're funny say when you be your phones, oh mommy fell back 10 minutes.
Mommy fell back and then something comes up na meant to me and Freya. I would text and tell you, so Charlie be my busy and I say BB. And I say to me,
always remember to do that.
For the most part, yeah.
When something becomes habitual, Papa, let me say this, so because you want to be defensive and you sound very suspicious.
I'm not being defensive.
Wait.
I'm not being defensive.
Wait. Maybe man know thyself. Maybe asama ekwerike. Not necessarily the onyawo, but you can see that well. I'm just saying. But this is the thing.
I always get back to people when
okay, so if you have that, if it becomes a pattern, okay, there are mistakes and there are patterns. When you can do this once in a while, we all do that. We all forget. A lot is going on. Before you know it, No, but when it becomes a pattern of yours, where it's a habitual thing, that is when there's concern. And I don't think that it was just once a while, or all of you listeners. So Mukita says Subaina is just a once a while thing of I'll call you back. Especially for Bema. And when it comes to Bema on your consistent, so you lose your respect. Right upright. Respect.
Sometimes
I am disrespect to by ya junimuno, ye muasem biom because wouldn't wasem so.
But
Sometimes
and yet intentional.
Ah,
Sometimes
okay.
it's not.
Asa Usha,
Listen to me, Papa. Listen to me, Papa. Papa,
I'm just
Papa.
putting it out there.
No,
Council,
Papa. Okay, so
Council, oh
so
yes,
Papa,
yes.
Efforts
let
I've
me
represented my brother.
Speak for all those
no.
who do it. It's
Okay,
okay.
so
It's
Papa,
okay. Go ahead.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Akusia, your girlfriend,
Mhm,
you're very intentional about her.
mhm,
You claim you are intentional about her. Abia, you find yourself in a situation where, you know, untimi friend it back as you promised.
mhm.
If you are intentional about her and you have any iota of respect for her, what do you think is a normal thing to do?
You see,
No,
and yeah,
Time out. Answer the question. Tia, mami bisa asem ni you or your girlfriend.
uh-huh,
You claim to love her. You
mhm,
claim to be intentional about her.
mhm.
You claim says she's your you're crazy about her.
Bam.
And due to one or two circumstances or whatever it is
It's not
where
a woman.
both of you find yourselves into when being friend,
Mhm.
somebody you are intentional about, somebody that means the world to you. What do you think is a normal thing for you to do?
See, that's the thing. Who defines who? Let me some question. You don't want me to answer.
Okay.
And I know it was a rhetoric question. You
No,
want
no,
an
no.
answer or it was a rhetoric question?
I want an answer.
Okay, then let me answer you.
Okay.
See, just like you said, and I'm going back to Wankasa Wasama kind from the beginning. Say,
Mm-hmm.
what is a red flag to some from per your submission? We don't even have a universal red flag anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Red flags are person specific.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what is normal to you might not be normal to me.
Okay.
And since I said, what is a normal thing to do? I don't think there's any normal thing to do.
Okay,
Now,
okay. What
ideal.
is the right thing
Hold
to
on.
do? Let me put it there.
Normal,
What is
right?
the right
Same
thing,
thing.
or what is
Semantics.
the rational thing to do?
They are all semantics. Ideally, okay.
Bullshit. But okay.
Ideally, but we are not living in ideal world. We are not living in
Papa
a
is suspect. Papa, you are
no, no,
suspect.
no, no, no. We are not living in a utopic world. Now, here's the thing. For instance, I'm going to give you an example, a typical example. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you don't just throw this
Papa,
out
Papa, why are you dilly dallying around this? Like,
because you guys are not understand. I need you to understand something. Listen, and you be now say we put
Are you
so
speaking
much.
for those people who have this kind of character, or you are speaking personal? Because I don't get you.
I'm
Are you
putting
trying to?
everything in perspective.
Okay, so
If you listen,
you're trying to help us understand this
exactly,
behavior of the people.
exactement,
Okay.
exactement.
No, thank you, sir.
Yes,
Continuing.
thank you.
This thing continuing. Okay,
I
continue.
appreciate you understanding
Thank
so
you.
far
Yeah.
to this
Right.
point.
Right.
Keep it up.
Right.
Keep up the energy.
Mhm.
Don't drift away.
So I
Keep
told
the
you.
energy. Okay.
Also.
Now
Mhm.
there's a big difference between Yedi Nkomo
Mhm.
a emergency, something urgent. Ebia, what frame me? Umame yare, o brother be yare. And whilst we are talking about a assembly, I get to work and I'm like, you know what? Let me settle in and I'll call you right back.
Right back.
So hold on.
I know some people who can
Hold
even give you a
on.
specific time and say, "Give me 2 minutes, 10 minutes," and it will be 5 hours, 10 hours, and you are still speaking for these people.
Yes, I'm speaking for these people.
Thank you. Go
Mama, come
ahead.
on,
Continue.
Samiri.
Oh, continue. I'm
So,
just trying to.
if we are talking about a situation like this, if you are mommy at the hospital, our hospital was here, it's an inch and maybe yes, no, so where do you move? Order clock in real quick, then get back to you.
Mhm,
Now,
mhm.
this room, 1 o'clock in a 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30, 11, 12. Now, on getting back to you, that I believe you have every right to put a premium on the fact that they've disrespected her obesity 2 weeks later. What kind of nonsense is that? You've disrespected Nipanu feeling as a attention. But if you are talking about
Papa,
Angomo,
you said from what time to what
okay.
time? I'm sorry. You a time specific. Was it what time to what time?
No, I'm saying if there's a situation like that, the person really needs
Right,
to talk
and
to
you
you.
said so about after
For
what time Ben now I'm Friday to what time Ben?
Mama time, there will be no see 2 weeks. You hear me?
No, you just said
What?
say be a one or bed 10, 11, hope something one for what? That's
No,
what I
see,
want
for
you to
example, because ABR, you start work at 9. You are
mm-hmm.
talking to this person around 8:50.
Mm-hmm.
About 8:55. With the
Mm-hmm.
room, some people have to clock in, check in with their boss, check to see what
Mm-hmm.
they have doing for the day and all that stuff. It's very
Mm-hmm.
important for that hour. And you
Continue.
guys say, okay, and say, oh, ABR, give me, and I'm not going by Akosia and your kind as if it has to do anything to do with me. But ABR, okay, and say, oh, give me like 10 minutes. Let me. Look, I really don't appreciate what you guys are doing. I feel like you're ganging up.
I say a true. Tie,
No,
I say a true. Tie bra, I say a true abusia for true, enough for tree.
no,
What's for
you
true,
guys are
Nana
not
Canswanum,
understanding. And I'm
a
standing in for the
tree,
brethren.
I
Listen,
true, Nana no more,
so
more bebadachi.
Abia,
Fine,
in your mind,
fine.
you'll be able to handle situation within 10 minutes and call back. Okay, again, like I'm saying, if it's an emergency, if it's something, a
Suba,
life-threatening
yes, Suba,
situation,
one in any namunai.
it's a life-threatening
Jitu
situation,
sorry, Kenny
then
and
obviously, when you say 10 minutes, you have to count 10 minutes. Now, if we are talking about Angwamo, or we are talking about Ghana Music Awards, or we are talking
Papa,
about Snow.
Papa.
Hold
This
on.
asema
We are talking
yete,
about,
you're not under
Ekuya, will be some question. I'm trying to give you so
Baba,
that way.
I say me what church you muta edi asem. Edi na
No
problem. We dey church.
you go
Ne kura
problem,
kura
explain
ni say ne
Talia.
kura kura ni say asem
problem,
no. Ebia wo
problem.
suban no no nti wo dey jitum keke na ka sorry ni. Na kasa wo besi fa 2025 ni enku enim.
Problem. They say,
Onyi ndum say ye wa.
Debbie.
Ebetimi aye wa ase. Wo
Enyamia.
suban no.
Problem. They say, learn to put premium on certain things.
What?
Premium on
But
certain
Okay.
things.
Papa, do you understand? Do
Again.
you understand that you can be in a relationship when you are in a relationship, an exclusive relationship with a person? Sometimes you just even want to hear them breathe. Let me chip this thing in. So you men or you those people, men, women with this kind of character, they be trying because I said, what defend me at your me wuni tini me wuni nine, bra, ye wuni tini wuni nine. Yanko next. Your friend say red flag. See, me ka we mama tiase. Emma mema mo amusuban ti say no. Asem ni nyina ne say. Okay? Asem ni nyina ne say. Eto da bia o partner person ni wo phone so to avoid certain things. Mo ntiase. And now we are sit down you say wo nkwa na apel boy. Wo nkwa na apel kunu. Wo nkwa na apel yere. Wo nkwa na apel girl. Asem na no kura ba ko pa ye kesi wo. Eye eto da bia wo de transo keke me enti say you are breathing. Okay. Me from back. Transforma me nim kwasi asem nkyerɛ transforma me nka kwasi asem nkyerɛ kɛkɛ enye de bia na yɛbɛka bibi serious it is a wo se wo gyina serious ne so nkoa na ade afrɛ me back ya bra Mr. Wa you are not making sense this evening this particular evening you are not
Advice I made the man microphone say you do me, I do you. 2025.
See,
Obi
that's a very ill conceived
Obi
mindset.
Obi din komo no catch us obe from one from back. Or yet what was why also train about a month or two. Now so the sino. Now
That
the
is evil.
jinano.
That's very
Now so
evil.
the jinano.
That
Because
is
now we have stuff to do.
no. That is
Oh yeah. Now so the jinani be.
what to me
Who
yes
said
sir.
it?
And they only be for difference being.
And then we said the only be for no difference. I'm memory. 2025, anytime, maybe.
So
No,
to me yes sir.
no.
And
Ain't
so
nobody
pretty
got
was
time for that.
to kuku. Now can say ready me be for na for me what
eti papa wo chire mu a dia wo didi obi de mo fa di obi because wo de be oya
asam no
na wo de na den
It depends on the magnitude. It depends on
Why
how.
are you using all this big grammar? Why are you using all this big words?
They won't be responding to a phone call.
Again, say you can't go more asem. Na se me se
Maybe
me
I
from.
need a background of what I say. He na jina my friend and friend me back.
And then that's your own. That's a whole
But
different.
I say
Say
I
asem
go
a
for
ye
sure.
can no.
Yeah,
Say because I me from right back. If the matter is urgent, like if really it's something that we really need to talk about at that time of the day, yeah, that's a man throw back. Then you have the right to use all the adjectives that you guys are using. But if you're talking about angwamu, na me do room, na me sama throw back, na mu ye fria na mo pune edwuma na mu kofi wa about 6 am. Hey, Charlie, na ye ka angwamu asa. Omo fra ko real quick.
No,
My
but
mana.
you do know, say you're not calling to continue the Anwamu conversation. It's called common courtesy. You
Yes, for the
understand?
angwamu conversation.
No. It doesn't matter whether you're going to talk about the Anwamu. It's called common courtesy. Like I'm calling, hey, Charlie, make me throw back. Wait, sorry, my throw back. And I said, for whatever reason, now for so why you're occupied now, you're unable to fulfill your promise now. Dear man, no. Come again, courtesy demands. Text the person out of respect. For me, if you do that to me, you don't regard me nor respect me. So I don't see why after a certain amount of time, I'll start seeing the same way you were making me feel. I'll start making you feel the same way.
No, who dear no watch that.
Any
The way
probably
I
me
walk on it
any
there.
make us a maybe for honestly there be because me
And
who
the
need
who
because
then yeah,
say you
no then straight up.
because say you trawa moja ne be feel more but the same moja na be ne be feel more and the things that you're doing to me, why can't I equally do the same thing to
No,
you?
won't sir. Your nature is different from that
And
person.
no
No,
problem, no, and no
then yeah, why
problem.
drink say
People
obi chia
abuse no people abuse people like us.
because oh
I
okay.
maybe or
So
why
yeah,
better
first
to
say oh dear like to just give you example of issue like you have mood swings. If the person you are dealing with
mm,
doesn't have mood swings,
mm.
but they want to have mood swings just because you have mood swings, and then you be in. So
And
if like your nature no, when you will be
Papa,
kasana
Papa,
kasa over friend baka, you forget that.
wrong
Then because
example,
the
no,
person
man.
has forgotten it, also
No,
person
no, no,
and
no,
you
no,
be
no, master,
you straight up be
master.
and you be
And yes,
an
what the energy, what it's an defending Crophobia attitude. I'm saying,
you
you see, okay, yeah, funny say, why in the dark could be back be a okay, but continuously, and I make us a me, madam, for no, and I mean, me, oh, yeah, and I'm sister Jano. You continue this nonsense for 1 year, 2 years.
show way so. What kind of nonsense?
Mm.
what,
Hey,
what, what kind of nonsense is that? How can you have a man for every occasion? Obviously, flowers in Israel. We
you see, where and I make her say, but you see, 1 or 2 times be a year, you know, it be a busy being a day. But you do ube ya twice or 6 months, 1 year, a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years.
so here we go.
Really?
Why put a premium on that as if the person is intentionally disrespecting you? No, again, if I didn't is serious, a life and death situation, why ignore one? Then I can understand. But you can't
No,
go once up. You can't snow at all, Colorado once up. You can't,
yeah,
and you know what it is to Best Buy once up.
yeah.
It has no agent, one fell back and you say, on doing who build and I say, or disrespect you and I say,
And
but
into
what
for
you say,
how long?
say,
Okay, hold on. Into how long would you say that would be something that is an okay thing? Yeah, yeah,
no,
reversing the role.
don't put a time to these things. Else I'll be
Exactly.
frustrated too. Don't put duration to these things. I'll be frustrated too. But we are wondering say who you be
Mhm.
just to let the person feel how it feels like straight away
Mhm.
before because there are things about you Nippon so or endure without thinking so obey you be. And so
Na munye bi da. Munye bi da.
saying
It's okay. Question can I maybe?
Say we name near Okano.
They are walking.
No, we don't do that.
Mm.
We don't do that. And say no, madam was say what say. You don't.
One more time. One money, Pacho. Me so baby, me. One money. One money. What say, bra?
Say when you what say
One
if you want to do.
any Missy Daavi na test na me tie pa de.
That is a papa who chemo say yeah who if you ever say wo na only date now so be friend back no am friend back a whole day. Next time wo friend me na me ka be friend back me so ma me ntwen 6 hours ni bi oh.
Ye bia e be isem eno na make no. Wo she da ye bia.
Asa me shada ye de be isem.
Shada say
But unim say to the bia.
because
As
see
I say
you
o ma me nka o.
okay.
O ma me nka o. Unim say to the bia enipa bi no ho say wo tro mo kwan no mo de wo fa so no say wo no mo di kwan the same route na wo mu hu say etasa mesesa. So unim za.
Ehia.
Ehia. Okay, yo. It's okay. It's okay. No problem.
Because
Okay.
bibi so also who a nipa no all tolerate. Bibi wo
No, it's not about. It's not. This is not about tolerance. It's about idea. What should that say? We 2% what they say. So we do a jumam. Tie. We do a jumam 8:50 now. We clock in half back now. One free back. So when you miss now, our phone say 7. No, Mr. Wo me bisa nginge bia nginge bia. Wo fa wo phone text you be. We pick a call be.
Ebia emergency situation be another side. You had to.
So then it means you that thing or that person is more important than me.
That
So
person
go
is
stick
more
with that.
important. It's the situation. See, who called driving school?
Papa.
Hold on. I'm going to explain something to you. You know why they ukra phone now they give you a ticket. It's not necessarily because of the fact that Wokasa or phones, They are worried about the kind of Nkomo would do phone so that Nkomo can take your attention because and your phone no will cry issue. It's how emotionally
They take you attention. I want to return a call back.
no, but they can't Missy so.
Oh, next red flag. What?
How
Next red flag.
emotionally you are attached to Nkomo and then you what dream fit near so it's not the fact say what send you be text message back. It's what the text message is about. Say you funny say nimpo kron so ne de another funny say again you can't go more asem. Next obi a text me na so obi a friend me said ne car kopem and I say ne car say o baby waka baby like waka in room baby na ohia assistance. You think say which one would I give more premium? It does in no way doesn't mean say
Okay, okay. Since you be my me let me give you was it 3 or 4 years ago? Something happened to me, something, and I'm afraid of papa. Let me know jina phone so say oh Ekuya me drew her saying my main from back and besinne
and yen no credit
besinne I feel now over friend back
and yen no credit upa bisako bisa sorry me bisako sorry
That is how we
you never called me back
and yen no credit mentisa da Missy
hey,
Bekacho mentisa kuku Bekacho mentisa Araba Bekacho mentisa mimikasa mefra most of the time I wouldn't say all the time most of the time me fray back because I'm a man of
typical example and then answer me wo vi ni jina phone so be friend back what friend back
sometimes na dia say musi mu koda
what friend back
musi mu koda vi no ntente mu phone so minja no maninda besides baby na me won me fi ho na dia sakra so out of respect you see respect here come as e bi eni o wonso twa na watch us here na chese twa na for wine
when I church ya no
twa no here for wine
I'm
so
right my
first
right
of all me friend mo tenta me kra say me say mo nda ade asa me friend mo ayeden And you know, after that, and I'm also thinking saying go for you come from kasaka many from. I didn't say me sign friend with you. I didn't say me sign friend with you. V me them
I remember the reason why I called you. It was because of my car. It was a car issue na me feel. Now see we queer. Besine. Me really feel that.
There's no way me else da ever.
Okay. Say,
Papa.
Thank you. Adwa me that's what. Adwa me that's what.
Papa.
Adwa me that's what.
It's Papa say ana utre about angwa money
Can we move to the next red flag?
Ika brother sister utre mu asade no enye important. Oh, return the call no. O sha asam na asade return the call. Nipa no.
Or the agency of assembly no answer there. Okay.
No, if you understand it that way, you won't be too emotional about Enyamasa.
You see, yeah, I mean, casually, yeah, funny say casually, Missy, cause Missy who says me do mefro, Missy cross all the beer me da, because Sonia de be seen ne on can Mrs. Minka. It doesn't bother me because she's really not obligated to me. So I say, but you know, be or do any agro adam for be away in terminal or be her so now I do say. Na se mene wo trimp na.
You are talking about Obia on any trimp. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Mene wo trimp na. Emu odin. Na ya dia to mu say wo ye mitwotwo mu twomi so mu twotwo mu twomi no wo ye tali mu. And then you make this a habit and you think it's an okay thing. It means you don't value me, you don't appreciate me, I'm not your priority. Because if you prioritize, listen to me. Because if you prioritize me, would the infant say yet a different time zones to crampuna? A message acknowledging say, oh, Abia, infant is a what to Germany, mete America. Time difference we been to know who can so be went to me and frame me back. Oh, although yeah, kasa earlier, I make us me from me and for Adiasa. Today, make catch sleep or chna yebekasa. Right then and then, what do Joma Kuma? You understand? It might be a stupid excuse that you're giving me, but you've acknowledged the fact to say, "Ukasa will be free. Name mumbi BBC kwan went to me and free." That is respect.
We try to do that.
You know what?
We try.
Yeah.
But Nyame can say.
As I say me, David, as I say me, a true.
No,
what did I say me almost 15 minutes? No,
I'm moving to the next one.
Next red flag, please.
But
the next red flag.
Continue.
Continue and tell all the people who has this kind of behavior to continue doing what they are doing. They should continue. They will definitely get their payback. And when the time comes, they shouldn't cry. Continue, let's talk. Let's continue. Right?
You guys should try.
Let's continue. Because and yeah, the sister, oh Missy.
Okay.
And yeah, dear, or no board members, and yeah, dear, woman, benya, and then what do we 50 at Subawe or Sanot, I mean, the mechanism. Sanot, if it didn't call up Brembesine, Sabrin over sign. I don't obey as a son. Into wow, would be as Yadu Benya. Why? Once a Brian Queen. Next red flag, please. That's all I am on the subject.
Disrespect sometimes it's just what it is. Okay, thank you very much.
That is so because of throw back, no one throw back. So because and the brotherhood is proud of you. Into where you Musuman a school for the blind for Subai. Okay, no problem. Let's continue. Now, so because of no one throw back here. 2 days, 3 days. One you're okay. Or throw a smiling. Or throw a hello, honey. I didn't mean to. You better say tone as sister. Voice deeper. A dear. Ofa
That's the
call
one
no
friend me back.
abeye
And then
ebia
they and
silent
the voice in
and you
bed.
also and our beji phone so yeah. Yeah, I say
And the
ebia
ubenya
say.
ya. And the ubenya
Oh,
ya. And they say you can't say we be
oh.
no one friend back. Now we are be something you can say or the be ye any adwum bɔne ne like adwumfi a ɔde ɛwɔ ne tim no ahyɛ da sɛ ɛna ɛbɛyisɛm ɛna wobɛgye yɛ a so we are intentional about this abɛyisɛm deɛ wobɛgye yɛ a okay, let's go to the next such a man needs to be dumped immediately. Come and dump me. You come and dump me. come and dump me. I don't know who the person is. And you had over scores were her. Now you left a message for someone last Friday. Who did you leave a message to? How what has that got to do with me? And I feel me find your the person I don't know.
Adwa Missy.
Or then cran him out if I come be man keke. The baby and then find a show.
Adwa Missy. Starting fanya wo. It's that simple. It's simple. No
What's
mu
that?
se
Yeah,
me koko.
and American. What's that? Say, oh yeah, a be. So,
Enye
would you say we be for a question? Anyway,
we.
next red flag. Obia. One in a casa. Na me ex. Na me ex. Na me
Ah,
ex. Na me ex. Me ex no you see. Me ex no you see. Me ex anko be see. Me ex anko you see. Who okay, is that also a specific a universal red flag or that one is also
absolute nonsense.
Individual specific. And
okay.
I mean, how or what are you trying to make your partner feel? Say
Say
mood nkomo bi emfa ne say bia mood nkomo bi na bia onipa ko na bisa bibi about o ex and I say bia o ex be something that brought up o ex and yes, but never compare wo current with your ex. You understand what I'm saying? Because obi are different. Ube compare wo tiri remember ni mpie wa no. But I mean,
not necessarily comparing.
okay, and my ex no, my ex ye we man, me ex ye we man. Okay, so I didn't know ex ye man. So person partner be a ye ways you teach them. You talk about it, have a conversation about it, and you teach them, but you don't refer say, and I'm ex no ye we, I'm ex no ye. Cause if you order, I did with them, we I did say me poo. Can we look into it and do it without bringing your ex in it?
Okay, so let me give you an example. You find some Marco restaurant, be right.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, your ex used to work at that restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And see, would do her China me ex cry a whole first sentence. Egusu na the menu naba. Now we'll show wait. Wow, this is my ex favorite. Yeah, but not a favorite pan lobster with shrimp.
Hell no. We're going to leave that restaurant immediately. You be free restaurant immediately. First of all, why would I take you to a restaurant that my name's ex
Used to.
Even it doesn't matter. Now what if you say was uncle back? How awkward is that gonna be?
Okay.
Inti me back catch us na we na me ex pepa na ye den na inti me untu su to bi dia na.
A red flag. A red flag now.
Near red flag Jimmy.
Jimmy flag. Okay. Ako.
Flag.
I did my profit in
Yeah, piano or inventing new flags. Yeah, red flag. It's a Jimmy flag. Ako, is that a red flag for you if someone refers
Oh,
to
it sure is. It sure is. Obi yes anyo mani bi na chese ya na ye me nwa hawa enipa bi bebre no ase say ignorance o say ye ebu no mumu obo hu mumu adi o. Asa okay dey ma ti bi penny zera me fu bi kora do bi timi ka say Now, yes, you know, yes, my ex birthday was yesterday. What?
What the hell? Hey, hello.
Enti waka obi
Eh,
birthday boni.
now ex birthday dear. Me found home.
Oh, Papa, I just think that sometimes you just feel like just antagonizing us.
Like, are you for real? Like, birthday, ex birthday, it's me the other. Like,
Oh,
What are we
say
supposed to do with that information?
enti wa no.
what?
Or hwe
What?
date say, hey, ene 19.
Ah, nene, it's a manisha with him where a dear to be a one no money bow no beka say.
Mm.
Me ex, let me tell you, step only pa cross a phenomenal kasa. Untimin kebu. Okay?
People.
And as I may know order than outcome, make catch one as soup yachro say.
What?
For two will book more dockets. Me, I build up dockets.
Before
And when I'm
Abeeku
ready,
normally. That's
oh
how
yes, yes.
Abeeku.
I'll build your dockets and you should have from the it's okay. I get to aye anyen no. Maybe frame the far from I build up dockets and I take my time to bring you to the court room and then we're gonna talk about this. I open your book and then we'll go one after the other. Do you remember this day? This is what happened. Do you remember this day? That is when Judge Daavi Mafia, Igbe Mafia is sitting on this thing. You know what I'm saying? Then I just be doing it like that. Really. Your ex birthday. Me the heading. Me the
Say
same right.
date.
Then right me. What? Me the heading.
No. Or to one or say, hey, and 19. Yeah. Okay, what if
Every na brebi
so
so
which one is worse?
madam fu bi won o say oh me dey me ex di o ta ba me fie bed mo aduane ma mi o e wa wi
But listen, so which is worse?
like what
Birthday
uh,
ceremony. Which one is worse? Say
uh,
obey future day, future
right.
notification to say if I say 19th, yet to be
Mhm.
number hey Charlie Ochina Missy birthday you. And Enra Miss Birthday, which one is worse? The Ochina or the Enra?
Mienu ni nyina o pese me choose ba ko ba na me ntimi choose minimo bia ti na wari ase kra no use ni ex birthday na the password.
Mm.
We are serious. Like we are for real. We are serious, man.
Say password that will be kai like send your bay of me kai.
Papa, mute yourself. Mute yourself. Me too. Me too.
Missy,
Mood.
Papa, mute yourself.
Missy.
Yeah.
If you are with someone and they, casually, make reference to ne ex, does that bother you?
It doesn't, but it depends on the place, the time, and how.
No, randomly, there's no place and time. Randomly, maybe I want now when I'm Times Square. Hey, I had a minimum ex at Taba store your side at Taba. Oh, maybe watch a movie. Hey, my ex favorite in your crash, celebrity crash in you. And wako store be humpo boy be. My ex no pay them show pay.
Papa, mute yourself. Missy Kasa. Right.
I mean, in particular, no.
Because an agree, no. Let me say.
It is like,
Miss your how they watch a movie. Na me ex favorite movie new. Oh,
Missy, depending on, to say my mechanic, it depends on the place, the time, and everything.
mm-hmm.
But
Udi edise bi aju ye na ne aye die.
today, be very, very intimate. To say, I could dinner, me now, or not, I could offer exercise. Like, come on, are you serious?
Like that.
On a dinner, no be over right there.
So which one won't you mind? I gave several examples. One I'm Chrome, one I'm Times Square, oh,
Uh,
baby.
Sometimes conversations about krano. It depends on the timing and everything. Like once in a while, when you have conversations, things happen. You say stuff, but most of the things you keep it in your head. You keep it to yourself.
Papa, man, also advocate. He said, "My a voice every occasion." I think I agree
That's any advice.
because they miss you, they miss you. You okay? Candy say, "Hey, every time you bring your my ex this and both you and your ex can go and kiss my black somewhere."
To me, the any advice mum say one new relationship not um often not always.
And Missy, do you know what? Especially meaningful. They will call this as you are not my, like I said, wait, I said, means meaning come send madam for I didn't be our funny person.
Yeah,
Madam for no. Listen. There are things that we can talk about or be up a friendship in a relationship where I can be comfortable talking to you. But and you remember your common sense. There are principles in life. Why do you want to constantly remind me there's an ex? Listen, I feel say you na ye date ya. Yenyina automatically you try psyche adwin say you've never been with anybody before. We are here. So don't be reminding me of my ex. My ex. Me, okay, papa, some now will try to break it down. So Obani would this outgrown send the ex, ebe
so to me, yes, sir.
and I know so do I for put me yet or no do bad don't mean yes.
No, nobody want to me, yes, sir.
Well, to
Why
me,
don't me, yes, sir? Because
in a relationship, they won't feel comfortable to be the bear. No, they'll find you the other person.
nobody want to me, yeah, massa, and
Oba de untimi nka nkyerɛ bɛrima sɛ na me ex birthday and row. And I'm a bet muti wa mudidi ase oh Charlie papa o try me ex birthday o.
That's
Untimi
very,
nka.
very disrespectful. If you yeah, it's very disrespectful. That is not.
This is the red flag we are talking about. The manipulative attitude of some of y'all. When it is not okay to give
That
certain
is
things
never
or to
okay.
do
That one is
wow.
never okay.
But it is okay for a man to remind the girl and I say me
And I
ex
do
birthday.
body bien. On say mema nankasa no, yankasa no, yeah, memory nankasa no, some way.
Papa, we okay and you may. We okay and you may.
Utumi kai bibi saa na.
Yapon so na. But Yapon and I gusu ye. Yapon.
So that is why Emma dear, you cannot do that. Emma, because Obano, Obama, Obetumi aye, it doesn't necessarily mean say or drain Obano. But Oba dear, just or drain Beman home.
And no problem mefa wo personal no. Said ya mom no, mom keeping your man. No watimi akai say na your ex girlfriend birthday. I will take it so serious say you'll be surprised how I mystify same way ni baby level am di bedu. Hey, oh ex birthday. Yeah, you dare say King Solomon is our role model.
Especially when be na wura kofi me die wan me birthday be na occasion me wan kai.
Bibisa no. Bibisa de
O
me no ya
kai me
adwen.
ex di.
Bibisa de me no ya adwen. But okay o de na okay onu so de a. Oh, but who kokai who ex there na chesa who ajumpani wo ti wunyanka you go and meet that ex and do some stuff. Mema it does not how it's just the Charlie last week was a
Now more come back to my ex. More come back to my ex.
We don't plan
Now
on
more
doing
cause
that.
more ex.
What's it?
More money gender beer monka it's over that. Because of our dream pony a woman said that you best got TRS again in fire.
I could see
Monka ya jai that grand patro mute na men kamasem. Monka ya jai that because of our dream pony a woman said mo best got TRS. Motiwe more exes. When you see the word ex crowd. Madamful. The word is madamful be. Madamful. Those are the words.
Nyami ex bakuni. Nyami ex bakuni.
Oh please. Next one back. Matter, please. Next me. What do you want? What ex me? What way? Uti who ex?
Bakuni Gloria. Bisano.
Okay. Okay. Omunyina ya monamfo ase monamfo because one said that anka se beja me pobio. Said ya da mo besia
Let's
akofa.
talk about this interesting one. Nana
Okay, kasa yentio. Aka
Let's talk
10
about this.
minutes by the way.
Let's talk about this
Now
interesting
my
one.
announcements. Uh-huh.
Yes, say. Take note
Name.
of
It would
their
show come
friend.
on was be out sorry.
Take note of
Come
who
on.
their friends are.
Eh?
When you are in a one red flag that
Mm-hmm.
you should not ignore
Mm-hmm.
is the type of friends that they have. Because most people have like-minded friends. So do not ignore the type of friends that they are. In the same tone, also, no, always remember that their friends are not your friend.
Thank you.
Let me
Like that.
explain. Let me explain that to you. Always remember that your partner's friends are not your friend, and this is the reason. Regardless of, unless say nipa no adwinfi kakra wɔ ne tirim. Sɛ me ne ako wɔ hɔ, ako adamfo paa ni AJ. Unless say AJ adwumbɔne wɔ ne tirim, there's no way I would expect AJ to sell Akosia out to me. There's no way I should expect that I'm so friendly or so much of a friend to AJ say Akosia could deep money or baby or baby catch me. When you have that expectation and you are just heading towards doom. So always remember that
Just
your partner's
like
friends,
Monka, no matter what. Wifey for wrong, we ever said 10. No. That's correct.
no matter what,
We are your wifey.
your friends' friends are not your friend. Your partner's friends are not your friend. And so that is one red flag that you should always have in mind. First of all, pay attention to the type of friends they are, because you say that there's something that I also saw this in, and remember who quotations baby, very interesting. I say what you permit is what you promote. What you permit is what you promote. If you permit abuse, if you permit disrespect, if you permit any kind of negative attitude, that you are promoting it. So what you permit is what you promote. So I don't know if anybody has something to say about your friends. Making sure that you know the caliber of friends that your partner is keeping, because your partner's friends make, for the most part, they make who he or she is.
It's necessary and trust your spouse, your partner's cry now for.
I think it will be in your own interest not
to trust them.
Yes.
Okay.
It will be in your own interest
Not to trust them.
not to think, not necessarily not to trust them, but don't think they are your friend, because they were their friends before. Again, unless you say I don't body on it, unless I don't body on it, and so
Okay.
don't ever think you say, oh, Miguel no na down for pani say me ye bibia Miguel ye bibia na down for back the way me girl it there or be catch me. No. No. No.
Unless, like you said, unless so in the past, I said, when you in the things of person
Unless
saying,
or no person say relationship.
yeah.
See, Obi Beka say, oh, so ope wasem dia, obe wa beka che. No, who to me mpe wadanfo wadanfo partner same sa. It's not acceptable. Even if they were friends before you guys, the moment they started going out, there should be some boundary.
Hey, where do you want come in me dear back on that? Hey, Wait, your wicked tomb said there should be bound to back. The other one said there.
Oh no, say we know it will the problems be brave, but now first earlier ones now kind and the problems. So do not expect like pay attention to your friend's friend. So if your friend has friends who always want to go clubbing, who always want to go partying, who always want to do stuff, don't ever think that your partner is not like them. If they are friends, it means they have something in common. So don't ever sit back and say, oh, me boy I down for the omu pepio, omu pe club, omu pe say, and I'm Miguel I down for no, omu pe say, but Miguel the antisa. No. No. If they are friends, then there's every tendency that they have something in common. They do similar things.
Or eventually they could talk them into being like them.
They were doing it. That's why they are friends.
Wow.
That's why they are friends.
Wow. It's a million crime true, Subine.
That's where
Solid.
it comes from. So
it's a chemwa. It because but me so abaja I said bitter. Me share ebia me boy Adam for soup. It me the case me boy and so to say na be so
to a very large extent. See, we have traits. We have what we call estates. We have estates and a trait. Okay. The state is what makes a person act a certain way. For instance, you have a training, you are in a training, and the training starts at 9. You get there the first day, you get there at 9:15. Okay. Second day, you get there at 9:10. Third day, there's snow. And so instead of the training starting at 9, it's going to start at 11. And you get there at 11:15. You understand? Aha, Bibisa a trait. The first two we can say is a traffic. That can be attributed to a state of the situation, something that happened to make you do that. And Tianfan say, baby, I would say no. Around that time, that's when the only time. You push it at the 11 o'clock and still over 11:15. That's a trait. So
but minimum be out or no monsani at down for no monsada.
That's exactly that's a trait right there. So you can tell me you cannot compare everything like that because some
okay, but Pedro, okay, sorry. Pedroso run down for also Pedroso robber.
That's
at least
that's a common trait.
And you no ye close no.
It could be. It could also be said they come from the same background. They grew up in the same neighborhood. They speak the same language. They went to the same school. They have a lot in common. So their traits and their states will not 100% be the same. They could be similar, but they could be differences. Eh? No, how do you know? So before she thinks I have already taught.
Oh, so your questions are baby.
I have answers.
Baba Sanadri. I say be a beke be has a open.
No, Missy no say how I drink. I'm saying how I drink.
Oh, your question that maybe said there. Like because sometimes you meet people who no, but Missy, sometimes you meet people, they drink, their friends don't drink. But then when he was talking, because okay, that
you know that drink and their friends don't drink. How many?
Oh, I know a few people who does not drink, but they have friends who drink, right? So they are literally most of the time you see them driving, they are, they keep their friends safe. But then when I look and I'm trying to think that microphone set of microphone so no Pedro so and I think I'm also okay. Yes, we but they have the same, some at least they share something in common. No, no, me person me like me say, those times still poly. At least be an minimum more. Sana no mote. But could be on no drive back. Be any. Oh, I got you, bro. I got you. And you're handing a vrongo crowd or the nekoba. Or munina safe, no, the but shading them. I say, we guess. And then we say, oh, me get what and crown go jame, no kujano. And next spring chaba aquaka, me get what tack a Cape Coast, no, so I could see my good. And that we tried anything other. Omu rock, tell them, okay.
Again,
It's
there's a trade.
definitely, Papa, oh, Chema, definitely be wow, mummy and you pum into your monanti together.
How will you be friends with someone if you don't have anything in common with them?
Yeah.
And yeah, you are right. You are
But
right.
it doesn't.
I was just trying to get clarification.
Anyway,
But
what
I
about
want to.
yeah,
You any that here for said yeah, you see and see that set down for road ross now road. Hey, down for definitely be definitely I down for the mobile album. Red flags ho asem ne ye ken esu no ne ade ansa na na obi akonante obi a wo frɛ no a obɛfrɛ back a wo mfrɛ 3 hours ma men kan kire obi na neti ase woni obi foforo na edi nkomo enti wo hu hye da nhia no o abawato oni ɛna ɔsɛ nso wo ne ho abotre sɛ edi dia onya wana oni sɛ o we wo nkɔ ba bia me kokokoko ameba obɛ saa na ɔde bɛyɛ wo na bɛ esuban na aka ho. Eti no mummy nhwɛ red flags no na wohwɛ na sɛ mfa ma wa na yɛsrɛ na watwetwe wo ho ansa mpo tawade na mokɔ mu a ana ansa ho akodim why etiefo eti bia ya na ayɛ no ene aha ene edi mu besie that's
So
ene
all this.
nyame yɛ adoma oh na me ma radio fo no ate nneɛma bi ase nyame yɛ adoma sɛ ne yɛbɛsa ne mu ahyia emu wɔ mmerɛ na wɔ internet ya no aba Facebook and na YouTube na yatoa nkomo ne so ye ma mu nyina emoni tie adehye ye bɛsi ahyia ye ne yakram.
Yeah. There's one more thing I want us to talk about before we close from Facebook radio.
Where's who wo mu ana
So far in the baby I could be any home. So far you clean cra. So far so good. Everything I Yakabia has nothing to do with me. I'm clean. You know. But this one is very, very important, and this was said to me by a very old man when I was very young.
ababa patwe yo na na ko ba won kan hwe
He also we should give him some. I'm the way you call.
oh
He'll be back in a few minutes. Another red flag, especially for a man to look out for, is when sometimes they even advise you to create a stressful situation for your partner to assess their emotional intelligence. Either you create one by yourself or you observe him in a stressful situation. For instance, take a drive with him or her. Watch how he treats people who have no personal issue with him or her, but just probably carelessly cut him off momentarily. Or someone who carelessly or unconsciously, unawares, cut him off, breaks in front of him, something. That is one sure way of determining, because at that time they are in their very natural self. Okay, so if you, one of the things you want to do as a person if your partner drives, sometimes one drive, Missy and one drive kakra. The moment Obiba cutting off kakra, or the speed down, we can you put on flipping. You should know who you are dealing with. The moment Obi baye bibi kakra kwasya we you should know who you should know definitely. When it gets to your turn, he won't spare you or she won't spare you. Yes. So this is one of the things. So if the person is in a very stressful situation, that is the only way you can measure their emotional intelligence. Because all the other, of course, when you meet up with someone for the first time, they put their right foot in front. They put their best behavior up. But is that what you're going to get every time? Probably not. What you want to know is what you're going to get every day. And those moments when they are angry, when they are sad, what if they refuse to drive? For Uber, only in the Uber car, when they are angry, when they are sad, when they are stressed out, those are the times that you should pay attention to if you are going on the long haul with them. I mean, those are things that you should pay attention to. And you know, like I said, Papa penyin bi na okada ma asam ne chem. Papa no wewu. Na those times na etenika mu a na obi cross na nipa na wa cross no na papa we yi nanwa efi nika oh abrante si abutarata si abutar tobo he nyina ye bodu. I'm like that. Na your friend that Papa penyin da but they cross we can be na enyi mo record woni tirim. Enyi mo asem orge no ho enyi nti monko you twa me nya na he nso ye kwehwe hwe ya pa no pu especially a cross na no so opo ho hwe na ya pa no ho ye rekwe enyi mo record woni tirim. Nti I'm like, man, okay, fine, I'll mati. Sometimes I try. I try, and I'm human.
Ncha makara asem hu bebe mpe.
No, mamu hu wom zimaka. I am human. Sometimes I try. Every now and then I am not able to. And to point out, if you are riding with me, Nami, I a problem. That's a state. It's not a trait. It's a state. So look at it from that angle. But for the most part, it's a state. It's a situation. That is not a trait. Please understand the two. There's a difference between a state and a trait.
So this is the only one you've admitted to.
Yes,
but
because
still gave an excuse for it. It's the phone calls now, me throw back, not 3 hours.
again,
6
I
hours,
explained.
24
I know
hours.
you guys were not talking about me, but if in case it was me, it depends on what it is that we are talking about and what it is that I got into.
Okay.
Say, yeah, na me the project be am what's obviously when I won't remember that we're talking about Angwamo when I was entering the job. But if we're talking about ABI year or they figure out remember you drama another menu bro we drew that kind of stuff. That's a my for 8 hours, and then we have a problem. You understand?
Okay.
So more put premium on Inyamo P.
Okay.
Premium on Inyamo P.
So coming forward, how about those people who are very nice to people outside, but mean to their lovers? Is that a red flag?
You tell me.
Oh, they want to read it. Maybe so.
No, we are doing a discussion.
Okay, for me, I think that's a red flag. When a person is nice to outsiders, but their own lover kind of they have a different personality. Like it's weird how people will be smiling and laughing with people outside. About my partner's pet. No matter remove. Unya smile. Unya nkomo.
what do you think is the reason? Is it because they take you for granted, or or they feel like you know who they are, so they don't have to put up a facade in your presence?
I think it could be all of the above.
So okay, so for instance, if they take it that you know who they are, they don't have to put up a facade. Do you find that? Why would you find that as a red flag? If you know that that's who they are not doing it on purpose, but they just want to be nice. And
But
when
why
you
can't
say
you give it? Why can't you give your lover the same nice personality? Why must you portray the niceness out there? But then, why don't you show people? It's not about. Why don't you show people who you are outside too? That you are reserved, you're a quiet person, but you're all chit chat and all bubbly, all lovely outside. But when it comes to the person that matters to you the most, you call back and you become something. You see, and yet, so when people are just introvert, right? They're quiet. And that's other side and I'm talking about. I say, I should always get the ugly side of you, but the outsiders who don't really matter should get the sweet side of you. It's quite questionable, Kakra.
but look at it this way. Maybe you are getting the real side of him, and the outsiders are getting the fake side of you. So which
Yeah,
one
but
do
I'm trying to
you
talk
rather?
about the rudeness. That's what I just said. Say, if you're an introvert, that's fine. But when you go outside, you want the world to feel comfortable coming around you, or you relate to people nicely. It's a very good, attractive way. But I'm talking about being rude. And some of my kindness, like I'm talking about being mean or rude towards your partner. There are people like that. There are people like that who are so sweet outside, but they're very rude and mean to their partners. That's a
Well, I
red flag.
mean, if you put it that way, yeah, then I think it qualifies
Yeah,
to
that's
be
what I'm talking about.
a red flag. I
Yes.
don't know, Ikuya, what is your take on that? If I mean the quietness, the quietness or the laid back, I don't think that is necessarily a red flag, because there are some people who are by nature quiet, and they are when they are very comfortable around you, they just want you to be there. You don't really even need to talk. They just want to feel your presence. But they are, bubbly and chatty outside because they don't want. Sometimes they feel like it's their vulnerability. Being quiet and reserved, they might see it as a vulnerable state that they cannot exhibit to the whole world. They can only exhibit that to someone like to there Obia obutum we
I
your presence.
understand that. I
But
understand that.
when they go outside, no matter what Takashi knows the name, it doesn't necessarily mean there only emotion. It's just that you be or display it to the
Right.
public. But you are but when it comes to disrespect and being rude, that one is a different story.
Okay. But do you have you ever heard of people like that?
Yeah. I see people
Yeah,
who
yeah. So that's what
insult
that's what I'm referring to. I'm not
their
referring to
partners and beat them up inside, but
uh-huh.
when they come out, even
Yeah.
sometimes, even some sometimes they even act different.
Mm-hmm.
Their
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not necessarily to other people. Sometimes they are so lovey-dovey outside
Right.
partners, and then as soon as they get inside,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Which is very good because everybody cannot know you the way you know your partner or I know you, right? I should be, or your partner should be able to tell others
the difference between
something different. That is what makes it unique. That is what makes you different from. But I'm talking about the mean and very abusive people. But then, about it, yes, I did be I say, because we were abusive towards me. Opinion you already, right? Unless anybody didn't I would say, I think you're rude and the other people I'm talking about said that's also a red flag. Say, Ultimate nice, ultimate three,
And
ultimate
those people are
nice, but yeah.
those people are the ones that are very manipulative. They sometimes, and someone said
Yeah.
gaslighting.
Yeah.
People like that can
Yeah.
gaslight you
Mm-hmm.
to doubt yourself,
Right.
to feel like you are wrong when you know very well that you are right.
Mm-hmm.
So these are some, whenever you find yourself in a situation where A, you have to explain yourself every time. B, you have to oh, okay. So I think this is in connection with the
With 90%, it tells you who the person is.
yeah. I
What
think
what does that mean? Like
now the
the
American driving that's when this comment came that
oh, okay. So
and
like
again
if the person is rude to people, but I said yeah. Actually,
if
I'm just at a brow no why young for that because yeah, why do you need one? I say a crotch.
I won't lie about that. Might be
I
I'm
be that.
I'm, I'm
Okay,
one of
but you were talking about how that is in a moment, but not your character. Is that
that's
what you
a
said?
state.
Okay. Okay.
That's a
The
state.
space. Okay.
However,
Mm-hmm.
there are people that this is actually a trait for them,
Okay.
and
Okay.
those are the things. So if you are able to decipher between the act and then you can place it under a state or a trait, then maybe you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Say they're from um Stafford to DC. Obi over cutting off BR or flipping or Babenu Gunudu, that cannot be a state.
Okay.
That is definitely a trait right there.
It's a trait. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a trait right there. So
You were talking about gaslighting.
yeah. So as we all know,
Yeah.
gaslight, my mini baby, where that word even came from, all of a sudden it's become a thing.
But it's a
But
red flag though.
basically, for those um non-Gen Z, for now,
Mhm.
when you what gaslighting is, basically gaslighting is a situation where someone makes you doubt your own truth. Someone makes you question your sanity.
Yeah.
Like you see somebody car be a chum onipa bi ne ka ehu pa de obi tinam na aka che ode okafa mannequin bi o mo no mu no o ze ka mo obi obi nti ihwina oye mannequin bi no o ti o wa show.
Onye nipa. Onye
Yeah,
nipa.
like that's a typical example of gaslighting. Then you start to question yourself, or maybe it was really a mannequin. But you know very well you saw the person. You put down who show when you no you in your twin chat.
So how about the person blaming you for Trevia?
That's
You
that's
slapped me.
that's
You
that's all.
slapped me. And I tell you slapped me. You say
You made
you
me slap.
made me slap you.
Yes,
Okay.
these are all examples of gaslighting. They
Okay.
make you take a blame, take a fall for
Yeah.
your action and their action.
Okay. So how do you call a person who does wrong and intentionally act angry towards you?
It's all part of the gaslighting process. So I mean, the person is a manipulator, definitely controlling and the manipulation. Again, that
Mhm.
falls all under that because they control your emotions. They make you think a certain way about yourself, the way they want you to.
Mhm.
Just like me personally, the reason I don't listen to the news is only put out to tailor your thinking the way they want you to think.
Mhm.
They okay, glorious narcissist. I guess that's
Okay, that's a narcissist behavior. Okay.
the news stations
Mhm.
are programmed to program you, the listener. Okay, so take for example the COVID time.
Mhm.
The moment every time you turn on the news station and they tell you how many people are dying, this is what is going on. Basically, they are programming you. They are programming your mind. So constantly you are always living in the world of fear. You turn on the news and they are constantly talking bad about a particular person. They are programming you to think bad about that person. Religion, we are constantly portraying someone to you as a very holy person, a very immaculate person. You are being programmed to think that way. You understand? So whenever you find yourself in a situation where someone or some organization, somebody is trying to program you, then you need to sit back and be careful. Like, okay, is there a way I can step back and look into things my own way? Or because that and people are very crafty about that. There are people who are so crafty, and one of the ways they program you is to take you away from people close to you, so that you will not get any counter programming. The moment they get you away from anybody and everything else, whatever they say is what you go by, and that's how they progress. So again, when you find yourself in situations like that, please, my brother, my sister, think know that first of all, you are in a toxic situation, and the red flags. Sometimes obi beye nyomo bi in at the beginning, you see it as, oh, the person cares so much, he's constantly going and onyum there sometimes they will want evidence that because of blender because oh yeah, I know be a normal nigga so blender because okada also
Na
fun
damo na say ibakuno wo bi ni fie ontum so blender wa.
onyum no blender no sound just blender for bohu.
Ai. So tell. Obi ko e bi a job eh.
Yeah. So initially, you might see that as, oh, the person really cares about me. The person is, constantly checking up on me. But at a point, there's a thin line between the two, being obsessed about something and caring about something. And so, just be on the know and be on your guard when you see these signs. Do not ignore them. Do not ignore them. Sometimes, what mindsets, one red flag also that we ignore, your mindset. If your mindset doesn't align with the person's mindset, what thought process, like for instance, you're at a stage where you're trying to get into business, you're trying to invest, you're trying to make yourself a better person, and then you meet up with someone and all they want is to go to Hawaii, go to Dubai. Hey, I'm just rhyming, go to Hawaii and go to Dubai. I just rhyme right there. Go to Cuba, go to Jamaica, go to Punta Cana. That is all they are thinking about. Obviously, you guys are not on the same page because you are at a point where, and these are things that you need to like nip them in the bud instantly. The person might also go and meet somebody who is all about those things. That's a match for them. You understand? So that is why, to an extent, I agree with you guys when you said that um, red flags are not universal. Someone's red flag might not be another person's red flag. I agree with you on that. There are certain things that I think say it cuts across everyone. Yes,
Okay.
like disrespect, abuse, unnecessarily jealousy, insecurity. I don't think anybody will find insecurity attractive. I don't think anybody will be happy to know that their partner is insecure about them. I don't think so. So
What do you mean? What do you mean insecure? But do you know our action sometimes triggers our the insecurities in our partners, which is normal. Is it not part of human nature?
the moment your partner starts to exhibit very high, there's the difference between caring about someone, being concerned about someone, and being insecure. The moment your partner gets to the level of exhibiting high traits of insecurity, trust me, the relationship is going downhill, because there's no way you can deal with an insecure person for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
You can manage the person 4, 5, maybe 10 years. After a while, because obia ofie dwuma ba na oboto dey kasa wo phone do na esre wo phone do kwa otumi ye no butumufu.
Mhm.
Why are you happy on the phone?
Mhm. What
You
is
understand?
funny?
What is funny? Why are you happy? That person clearly is reeking of insecurity, and no matter how you explain yourself, are you going to be able to explain yourself every time for the rest of your life? No, at a point in time you'll be like, you know what, this is too much, I can't do this anymore. So that is a sign that you are just heading downhill. Anytime insecurity steps in, you are heading downhill. And so just advise yourself. um, it could be the person's past that they are not able to get over. It's not much you can do. You didn't cause the past. There's not much you
Mhm.
can do about it. And you know, if it's going to hurt your sanity, then you advise yourself. In fact, topic I think the next week. Wait. Oh, technically, this is end of month topic. Oh,
No, it's
no, no,
not.
no. We have
This is
one
the.
more next week, 27.
Mhm.
Okay. So we can revisit this topic next week. In addition to whatever else that we will have.
Because I have a question, but
Okay.
maybe next week.
So ebusuafo mo amuti and obia, if you have questions about this topic, I know it's deep. We try to make jokes and try to make it light and all that, but deep down, go sit down and think about yourself. Whenever those of you who are not in a relationship, active relationship right now, even if you are, um sit down and assess yourself and see, say, there are certain red flags. In some situations there's nothing you can do about it at this point, but if there's something you can do about it, if there's some changes that you can make, go ahead and make them. And if you are getting into a new relationship, then this is a very good topic for you. This is a very good session for you to look out for all these things. They don't wear if you wear. Oh, there's a saying. If you wear a flowery glasses, or say something, eshe as be yeah, you don't see the red flag. You see everything as a flower. You see everything as or a normal, but or normal. So yeah, hopefully next week we'll probably, because I have a lot to talk about when it comes to these red flags. There's so much that we sometimes don't even pay attention to, but I would like to bring it to our attention, and then we'll talk about them. I think say Yeshua Azipa Enyumbri. Those of you blaming people for no reason, blaming people,
Oh.
antagonizing, victimizing, pointing fingers at
But
people.
we're just trying to help so we all can understand that certain behaviors is not
Okay, you are trying to help.
right.
Most of my Kamazi.
Yeah, because if you're the person and they've mentioned your name a few times here, and it's like you're the type that 24 hours the call will not come back.
Ha!
I would just urge you to change.
Another
Why
one
are you
for the
trying to
money.
play some kind of music to distract me? Change. Sana or more.
If you don't know you,
It was here for Ekuya hostel and Adenati.
life now fake.
MC the basic here. Missy, are you available to give your
It's
30
the
seconds?
Missy the ono says no be sharing. The mama me na me talking I'm the money I'm be chilling.
See,
That's Miss be chilling.
that's a red flag right there.
Thank you. I know the ampa. E na di nkoma mo no as a more yeah. That's red flag.
Oh,
Yes, that's a red flag. Obi anyi is in
oh,
coma.
kakra yo, that.
No, wada kakra. Yeah, a red flag.
Ah,
Missy,
Hmm.
ako wahyɛ red aba sɛ ɔsɛ yɛgya red ne mu a na ɛnɛ red flag.
I'm talking to no see a red flag.
Oh, I said be yeah munya with too. Okay.
Another one for the money.
Missy, my whole last
Okay, to me, I feel say when you do a relationship, not be personal.
ɛkyi w'adwene na ɛwɔ sɛ wodwene ho mmienu a ɛwɔ sɛ woma w'adwene kɔ hɔ na yɛka sɛn find it out deɛ ɛkɔ so, you know. Red flags no deɛ I feel sɛ ɛdɔɔso sɛdeɛ papa kan no ɛnyɛ nyinaa deɛ ɛbɔɔ so wei deɛ kakraa na yɛabɔ so bebree red flags na ɛdɔɔso I think sɛ ɛsono biara ne red flags ɛwɔ you know ne ho yɛ mo a sɛbi koraa yɛaware koraa no still na ebi wɔ hɔnom a you can see that on your partner we all have them but to me I think say who bi na ɛyɛ mouth kakra na wobɛtumi ahandle ano afa deɛ ɛnyɛ no nso so mpatwɔ gye mu kɔ because that should be a bit how and we have to pay attention especially singles worry, you know. Please pay attention because it's a lot of them and if you ignore it later on no, it will come back to bite you and answer hunt you. Into red flags, might find it very, very serious. They leading to divorces. Into and I sound so yempe. Into no red flags, my very, very, very serious, especially if you are in a dating way. And papa, one thing I'll say, I say sometimes when you be dating, and then be a honor say they who when you be dating is different than only panebetsna like to someone you are for only paneti and as someone you are for crana you decide to move in together. That's when you really get to know the person. Inti again the juma inti kakrana ebe flash when you so no funny serious. Don't just ignore it because very, very important.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Now, you were in and out, so I couldn't call you. You said I'll call out too. Okay. Ako, Yankwe.
Dragon.
Well, red flags, and a lot is running through my mind, and me dream me a me deɛ ho na me dream afoforɔ so deɛ ho na me dream say, hey,
Hmm.
na red flags yi yɛahwɛ ne yie.
Yeah.
Anuanom ne adɔfo no red flags no ebi ku nipa, ebi ubewu ankasa physical death, ebi so emotional death, ebi so will turn you into something else you're not. Ebi betumi atutu ti ho ama wayɛ basa, ebi betumi ama wo stress, depression. Ebi bema wowɔ relationship so now you're single, right? Wa ɛsɛ sɛ ɛfa sɛ kɔnɔ ngo fkaya fo no ɔno a wɔntere ne ho ndɔ ɔno so a wonya ama ankɔ na wayɛ basa na ati. So we can pay attention to these things. And like Missy said, I feel na walk away na bisa morning ko and you must say one can say self introspection, like know yourself, okay? No your ma a trigger na mesre se sa your money will be a opesa one not na ho a and twaso and twaso ko say if your warrior a besisa. It's going to get worse when you guys marry. Ebe kakra eno na se wako se be wo achechire wo ho de akɔhye baabi a woyi wo ho a enyi odoye but odonye blind sir said ya aka me atie no ye ka love is blind and na kwese as we should be flaws ne ade oni bi kra out ne ho ne one or two ba nye di ewu yesre mo a abedi nkomo ha nwumre asresre bia but aba wo mu asese yefa na yede boye bra na arija ye wo mu amuso mu de o ex fo nkomo na eba no wonu nyina red flag ajase red flag nso so ne so na me ex birthday na ye nra se be yo china e kase obi ti awari ase na ne ex password birthday na ye ne password wona awari yi mu ye do ye Ebe jaw. O docket ebe trato. Mre ne so a obechia nipa was a hindri. Na enu be di said ye mra ne se. Enti em say I need him busy. Now what you say na papa see ebe to us because maybe more questions. My question metimi ayi ba kwa to say dey be point. Obi a wokọ wo phone mo a red flag na when you red flag.
Next week.
Papa Midas.
Another one for the motherland. Dragon.
Ebusia for you demasi. Enchia kese nkoma asantu abras.
Imabia himiama. Imabia himiama.
Princess Ajua Kwachi.
Life now fair. Haba. You must say you go buy me Bugatti. You go buy me Ferrari. You go buy me system.
Tabato mami go bi no nya jaw.
Oh nah. What's here? Love now scam. If you don't
Nana Abna Amwa. Hey, debut.
love now scam. Yeah.
Nana Abna Amwa head house. Mami go to be a Wobia Michio.
Hey, we try me say nya.
No more showcase on my ex on social
If you
media.
don't know, you go know. See the way baby lied to me. He said only
My immediate past
me go stay on a scam.
Gloria Michio.
Baby say no be April fool. Baby say you go show body on
Nana
a
Zibit, Yamu Akwaba. Oh, Nana, oh, Shahada Dad and Afina will text ya na Afina Waba. Me a mini pop courage. Hey, courage or Budiani rough. Aquanu Budiani Ankasa.
You go
Courage, Yamu Akwaba.
brother on a lie. What's here? Love na scam.
Mariam, joining in late, but I don't know if you are still listening. Akwaba,
Na scam.
it was a joining. Araba mensma anamwa mensa.
Love na scam.
In Czechoslovakia, una ebusuafo nyina.
Go ask your father.
Augustine Boatin.
Love na scam. Yeah.
Osi ohwe efi Kumasi atonsu agogo.
See the way baby lied to me. He said only me go
Producer numero uno.
stay on.
Sister V. Which is a Charlie. I ako. When was that? Sunday. Muko fi. O mama san mechi.
Na kede. Na wala wafrawa se ba fra back na kede woni fi.
She told me I'm not welcome.
But oye me yo the one sha membo du do na no woni wembo ya bo.
What neighborhood mo wani
No,
neighborhood.
I don't call me egbe du do na no na egbom no she inside no text that me inside I won't open. Simple.
Akacha mo ya
The
bazo
be
di.
me next time you na damate. Mom be je do na let text them mo inside but I'm busy so go. Come next time.
If you don't know, go ask your mother.
Me to Kaifi Stafford. Like an hour and 5 minutes.
If you don't know, you go know. Love na scam.
Gentle food, German Funina, one honorable.
Love na scam. If you don't know, you go know. See the way baby lied to me. He said only me go stay on a scam.
The sexy nurse.
I'm no be 3 for 2. Baby say no be April fool. Baby say you go show body on a scam. Me daddy me woo. Me daddy me woo. Me daddy me woo. Order he wadi me woo. Me daddy me woo. Order he wadi me woo. Love na scam.
It's about means I couldn't crum you. Although you wadi me woo.
What's here?
Ya Vivi. Oh.
If you don't know, go ask your mother.
Ya Vivi, if you are scammer, let me know.
If you don't know, you go.
You see as a care of say somebody has moved his car all the way from Stafford to come and visit you, and you told the person not to come to your house. You say I'm using you as a care of for what?
If you don't know, you go know. See the way baby lied to me. He said only me go day. He said only me go stay on a scam. I love no be 3 for 2. Baby say no be April Fool. Baby say you go show body on a scam. Me daddy me.
You have been but your mommy who's also the any scammer. That me make you imagine because many ho cry to deal with scammers.
Love na scam.
Love na scam.
If you don't know, go ask your mother.
Yeah, they must see baby.
Love na
Ochina Kwame at the think tank baby. 7:30 sharp. No,
love na scam.
if you don't see your dinner, course to baby.
Don't know, go
In fact, I end the moment Kwame baby and Ochina.
love.
Asanto Brass no or confre Mami go that but see Asanto Brass what be sure the next minute one say Mami go that be
If you don't know,
oh you see okay I say not at all okay because I could bomb car
if you don't
JJ ona do because the Mami go
love.
Gloria posed on long time ago and then this guy saying
3 for 2. Baby say no be April.
Friday at the variety night baby.
Oh,
There's a lot that we need to talk about on Friday.
me daddy me woo. Me daddy me woo. Me daddy me woo.
Yeah, the more system would me feed no too.
Hey,
What say Ako Enka?
I don't hear what it-
What say Miss Amwako? Sassy Missy, Missy.
If you don't know, go ask.
What's in another conquer briefly?
Love na scam.
What's the Equa Jewelry, the Blackie Chan,
So you go know.
the co-captain, director of the event.
Scam.
What's your non-sonka?
If you don't know, go ask your father.
Show produced by a very wicked producer,
Yeah.
someone who is mean and doesn't allow people to come and visit her. Producer be nice. Social media which me
Go know.
and Papa Abeeku,
Love na scam.
the only sir on the radio.
If you don't know, go ask your father.
Whom is not from Feroz Samejo. So
Love na
I say you will sit no one see and can be a yeah.
you go know.